Like a marsupial of some sort. Yeah. No, Winnie the Pooh is a bear. Is it just me or double stuffed Oreos? Basically just old normal stuffed Oreos. I think they're 113%. So it's like 13 additional percent stuffing in relation to a standard Oreo. Mega stuff are like 125%. Those values aren't based on any fact or research. I just made it up. I think if you had a graph, you would have regular stuffed Oreo being the baseline, and then you would have double stuffed Oreo peaking and then slowly declining as shrinkflation sets in. And then mega stuffed Oreos, which started around this time, have just stayed there. And then, they'll come out with another one as this starts to drop off over time, right? To carry on the tradition. They'll call this one like triple stuff. Implication of your chart is that briefly there was a mega stuff and double stuff on the market at the same time with the same amount of stuff. Yes. Didn't they come out with one already that's like more stuffed than a mega stuff? Stuff inversion incoming. I don't know. Can you chart the entropy in Oreo stuffing, dork? Everyone knows you can't triple stuff and double stuff. I saw something pretty disgusting the other day. Someone like took like pastry dough, like oh, what's it called? The dough they make like eclairs out of. Fucking no, it's not phyllo. It's not puff pastry either. Shoe pastry? Yeah, I think it's shoe, but it's French. It's like CHUX. And they wrapped some like Oreo monstrosity that they handcrafted from getting the internal filling of several Oreos. They wrapped it in shoe pastry and then they deep fried it, which was disgusting. Market crash protective systems be a net negative in fullness of time, considering success at preventing forest fires by trying to tamp down on any fire. Underbrush accumulates, setting the stage for massive conflagration. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the systems they put in place do have a consistent um, negative buildup over time, but they do have ways of clearing out those obligations as long as they don't become so pervasive in a short period of time, um, in order in a way that would create additional well compounding risk. So much in the same way that CNS, offsets the number of FTDs due. And as long as they can create infinite pipelines for those obligations through various ETFs, which are essentially just liquidity engines, potentially, provided enough capital is available, they could offset everything forever. You're starting to sound like a lot like Monster, buddy. Go fuck yourself, Jay Fresh. Well, I mean, if you kind of think of it as like a constant cyclical building and releasing of obligations tied to synthetic share creation, and it's going on everywhere in the market, like there has to be it has to compound somewhere, right? I mean, yeah, provided liquidity is high enough, you can just keep cycling these off into another creation mechanism and into another creation mechanism, right? And as long as the Fed keeps printing money, this can go on forever, right? And you just move it out into another one and another one and another one. You have so many open at one time that you can offset like nigh infinite liquidity. But money isn't infinite. And so, at some point, some part of this system fails. And when it does, the whole thing just blows up. Like how many concurrent circle jerks can you have at once? This reminds me of that scene in Silicon Valley. Can we figure this out? Can we figure out? I have quants. That's what you guys are for. Can you figure out how many concurrent circle jerks can exist at one time, provided infinite liquidity? 69. Hit the hopium pipe for a second. What if, I know this is a stretch, JPOW does a reverse split on the US dollar do? You mean the crypto dollar? That's probably what they'll do, right? Depending on IV and scheduling conflicts. How does one define infinite or implied volatility within a circle jerk? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about all these infinite circle jerks is that if anybody completes, it's over, right? Like XRT is on the verge of completion. They've been edging XRT really, really hard for, you know, like 96 days now. And eventually it's just gonna and when it does, everything's just gonna crumble. They've stuffed so many obligations into its internalizer and edged it so hard that, you know, it's like tantric obligation rolling, you know? Sean Wilson, thank you so much for becoming a dillionaire. I'm trying to explain this to people who are essentially internet perverts and options gamblers, and I think I found a way. I think I found a way for this to really sink in for you guys. Well, I mean, of course the circle jerks are intersected because, you know, each one bleeds into the next. Some of them are bigger, some are smaller. Like the Olympics. I would define our positions as being in the XRT splash zone.